One of the things we've seen in the market kind of elsewhere at the moment is that there seems to be a bit of a tension between human capital and AI spend. You see organizations reducing headcount, but supplementing that headcount with spend in other areas. So, how does that play out for the customers and the people that are left in these organizations that are servicing those customers?
I think that's such an amazing question. So let me share my perspective and perhaps a limited one. But what we have a privilege of is we are working with revenue and job data for essentially like every company that has this issue when it comes to indirect taxation. So anyone that like falls out of the realm of like nonprofits or exempt categories like has this issue. So for us, our market is so big that from my perspective, I see AI as not a cost cutting effort or an efficiency effort. I see it as, hey, if my R&D team was able to produce X amount of effort without AI, I want to make that effort 5x. So I give them all the best tools or build in-house tools to make them perform 5x. So the calculus that Jeff and I look at is not that like, hey, we still want to achieve X. We look at the calculus that like, we still want to have a very healthy balance of engineering and R&D using the tools so that they can do 5x, because that's how we corner the market. And that's how we move faster than everyone else. And the proof is in the pudding. Like over 7,100 customers have gone on the Kintsugi's website and connected their data to put their sales tax on autopilot.
It's
Right?
incredible.
That's an irrefutable like fact. When it comes to go-to-market and customer success, etc., we are dealing with some highly sensitive and like very important data, and like no matter what we say on our marketing website, etc., people buy our product because they expect it to work and they want a good customer service, right? So keeping that in mind, we always want to like build and scale the team so that we can support that customer demand. So I have a theory that like I actually took a page out of Facebook early days. One of my managers, her name is Deepa Divakar, and the other one was Suchit, like exceptional human beings, and they said something. Pujun, if you're doing something manually for more than one time, you need to automate it. And ultimately, like when it comes to all the customer support requests that we get, it's a function of like, hey, maybe the data looks off. Hey, I don't understand. Hey, there is more nuance to this. So what we do is we take that feedback really seriously. And anytime there is a theme here, we basically address the core theme by building that automation and putting it as an agent in front of the customer rather than putting it as a patchwork of things.
Yeah.
And the rationale behind that is like, look, as I said at the top of the hour, like I'm never gonna knock off any other company in the space because it's really hard and very isolating as a founder to build a company, and it's a hard space. It's compliance, right? It's a complex build. But what I can tell about Jeff and I is we are focused on building that data platform and building those compliance rails for that indirect taxation space all across the world. And so for us doing that, we just approach it from if we have the data and we have the technical chops, we can solve for it, rather than perhaps going the other way and saying, hey, we have a consulting arm. They're masking that they do not have an underlying product that actually works. That is not the type of company we are building. And Paul, I think there's a question behind your question, and I'll try to answer that as well. I think that's why like CPAs and chartered accountants and like experts love us, because they realize that Kintsugi has no interest in building that consulting business, right? Other companies, when they were looking to build expert tools, and I'm not going to name anyone, they always wanted to, at the end, go to that end customer and extract more dollar value. But from our perspective, that is not the case that we want to do. If somebody is engaging with a CPA firm, they're engaging for very important reasons. They want to have the relationship where they can talk to an expert when it comes to income tax, when it comes to their payroll tax, when it comes to their business tax, when it comes to optimizing things and on their P&L. So I see us as being that perfect Swiss knife for indirect taxation, one of many that like CPAs and experts have in their pocket. And so that's why I think they love their AI. They love our AI, sorry, is because they are like, hey, we can now leverage Kintsugi to understand the sales tax exposure in a domain which is constantly changing and evolving.